will be really surprised at what indirectly affects us later. Right? So I wrote this poem, right, as a letter to this man. And I got invited to do a show at a Catholic school. Let me explain. So I get there and I'm like, are there some poems that you like specifically want me to do? Some poems that you want me to stay away from? They were like, yo, we want you to do the God poem. And I was like, have you heard the God poem? And they were like, yeah, we heard it, we like it, we want you to do it. So I was like, okay. So before I actually do the poem, right, I let people know, like, if you want to have a conversation about this afterwards, we can have a conversation. Right? And then as soon as I'm done, it was the last poem of my set. And as soon as I'm done, I see this guy coming. He wants to have a conversation, right? So I see him coming a mile away. He comes up to me. He says, we need to talk. I said, I figured. And he's like, I believe that my God hates gays. And I said, okay, well, do you also believe that God is love? All right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, if God is love, then how can God hate a group of people? And he couldn't answer the question, right? And I said, see, I don't know what God likes and dislikes because I'm not God, right? But the God that I believe in loves everyone, right? And I had to tell him, I was like, you know what? I know there's certain things that I do in my life that God may look at me like come on, Rudy. That's how my God talks. He's really kind of thing. He wears like V-neck t-shirts, slim jeans. But yeah, like I know there's certain things that sometimes God is upset at me about things, but at the end of the day, like. Through even at my worst, I believe that the God that I believe in still loves me, right? And I believe that we often give God characteristics that we have, right? And I'm like, if you believe that you were made in God's image, why are you giving God characteristics that you have? Why are you recreating God in yours? So I had to write this poem just because I felt like there's so many people out there who have the same belief system. So I do it almost every opportunity that I get. So this is the poem. Can I do it? Is that all right?
Yes.
Yes. To the man standing on the corner holding a sign that said, God hates faggots. I've never seen exactly who it is that you paperclip your knees, melt your hands together and pray to, but I think I know what he looks like. I bet your God's about 5'10". I bet he weighs 185. He probably stands the way a high school diploma does when it's next to a GED. I bet your God. I bet your God has a mullet. I bet he wears flannel shirts with no sleeves, a fanny pack, and says words like, get her done. I bet your God. I bet your God plays a banjo. I bet he watches Fox News, Dog the Bounty Hunter, voted for John McCain, and loves Bill O'Reilly. I bet your God's a politician from Arizona. I bet his high school served racism in the cafeteria and offered hate speech as a second language. I bet he has a swastika on the inside of his throat and racial slurs tattooed to his tongue just to make intolerance more comfortable in his mouth. I bet he has a burning cross as a middle finger and Jim Crow underneath his nails. Your God is a Confederate flag's wet dream. Conceived on a day when the sky decided to slice her own wrist. I bet your God has a drinking problem. I bet he sees the bottom of a shot glass more often than his own children. I bet he pours whiskey on his dreams until they taste like good ideas. Probably cusses like an electric guitar with Tourette's plugged into an ocean. I bet he yells like a schizophrenic nail gun, damaging all things that care about him enough to get close. I bet there are angels in heaven with black eyes and broken halos who claim they fell down the stairs. I bet your God would have made Eve without a mouth and taught her how to spread her legs like a magazine that she will never, ever be pretty enough to be in. Sooner or later, you'll realize that you are praying to your own shadow, that you are standing in front of mirrors and worshiping your own reflection. Your God stole my God's identity.